what really happens to your body after 75. Not the surface level stuff people always say, but the truth. It might surprise you. It might even scare you a little. But it could also empower you, because understanding what's coming can help you make better choices, so you don't just live longer, you live better. In this video, I'll walk you through the real changes your body goes through after 75, what they mean, what you can do, and why it's never too late to take care of yourself. One of the first things people notice after 75 is they just don't have the same energy. Not because they're lazy, not because they're out of shape. It's because your cells, particularly something called mitochondria, your body's natural energy producers, start to slow down. Let me tell you about George. George is 78. He used to walk 2 miles every morning. Now, just making breakfast feels like a full body workout. He didn't understand why, until his doctor explained that cellular fatigue is normal at this age. But here's the key: it doesn't mean you stop moving. George started doing chair yoga and light stretches while watching the news. After a few weeks, his energy came back slowly but surely. The lesson: when energy fades, you need to spend it wisely, but never stop spending it. Your inner ear, vision, and muscles all work together to keep you balanced. After 75, these systems begin to desync, making falls more likely and more dangerous. Take Martha, for example. She's 82, but mentally sharp as a tack. One night, she reached for a glass of water, tripped on a rug, and ended up in the hospital for a month. She had never fallen before. She didn't even feel unstable. It happened in a blink. Now she uses a walking stick, not because she's weak, but because she's smart. Remember, one fall can change everything. Prevention is power. You may notice that meals sit heavier than before. This isn't your imagination. Your stomach produces less acid as you age, and your digestive muscles slow down. Robert, 76, told me he stopped eating dinner because it made him feel bloated and uncomfortable before bed. Turns out, he wasn't eating anything unusual. He just needed smaller, more frequent meals and more water throughout the day. His solution: soup at dinner, more veggies, less meat. Simple changes, big impact. Listen to your gut, literally. It's one of the most honest parts of your body. After 75, it's normal to forget small things. Where you put your keys, why you walked into a room. But memory loss isn't always a sign of disease. Your brain, like your muscles, needs regular exercise. Let me introduce you to Alice. She's 79 and writes in a gratitude journal every morning. She also plays word games and reads historical novels. She told me, "I may not remember what I had for lunch, but I still remember how to feel joy." That hit me. Memory may fade, but wisdom grows. Keep your mind active, and it will stay your friend. Many people, after 75, find they sleep less at night and nap more during the day. This isn't necessarily a problem, it's simply how your circadian rhythm shifts with age. Tom, 81, used to feel guilty for waking up at 4 a.m., but once he embraced his new rhythm, early walks, quiet mornings, a book before breakfast, he stopped fighting it. Now he says it's the most peaceful time of his life. Don't judge your body for changing. Adapt. Let it lead you. Peace often comes when you stop resisting what's natural. Sarcopenia, that's the technical name for age-related muscle loss. It sounds scary, but it's not a life sentence. If you don't use your muscles, you lose them. But if you do use them, even just a little, they can still grow stronger. Dorothy, 77, Started using 2-pound dumbbells while sitting. She did 3 sets a day while watching TV. After 2 months, she could carry her groceries again. She laughed and said, "I might not look like Wonder Woman, but I feel like her." That's the power of movement. Strength isn't about size, it's about self-respect. No one tells you that after 75, you might cry more, you might feel more sentimental, or alone, or invisible. This isn't weakness, it's your heart asking for connection. It's okay to reach out, to say, "I miss you," to ask for company. There's incredible courage in being emotionally honest. Harold, 80, joined a local gardening club. Not because he loved gardening, but because he missed people. Now, he says his plants grow, and so does his happiness. You're not a burden. You're still needed, still valuable, still loved. This is something people rarely talk about. How emotionally sensitive we become after 75. You might find yourself crying at an old song, a distant memory, a handwritten letter from a grandchild. There are even days when you wake up and feel ... invisible. But this emotional depth isn't a sign of weakness. It's not that you're too sensitive or losing control. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's a sign of a heart that has lived, a soul that has loved deeply, and a mind that finally has the space to feel. When we're younger, life is noisy. We're constantly busy raising children, managing households, building careers. There's no time to pause, no room to sit quietly with our own emotions. But after 75, the noise softens, life slows, and in that quiet, your heart begins to speak. You may find yourself thinking about your late spouse, or that old friend you meant to call back, but never did. You might feel like you're no longer needed the way you once were. You see your children and grandchildren rushing through their lives, too busy to talk. Friends move away, some pass on. The laughter that once filled your home becomes a memory, echoing faintly in your mind. Let me tell you about Eleanor. She's 83, a retired elementary school teacher. She used to be full of life, energetic, nurturing, adored by her students. After retirement, everything changed. Her husband passed away. Her children built lives of their own in other cities. She began to feel like a ghost in her own home, sitting for hours, staring out the window, wondering if anyone still saw her. Then one day, Eleanor decided to write down her memories from her teaching years. She self-published a small book, nothing fancy, and mailed a copy to each of her grandchildren. A week later, her granddaughter wrote back, "Grandma, I had no idea you were so brave and funny. I'm so proud to be your granddaughter." That one sentence brought tears to Eleanor's eyes, but not the sad kind. It made her feel seen again, relevant, alive. You see, our emotions don't disappear as we age. They deepen. They become more reflective, more tender, and sometimes more painful. But they are real, and they are proof that we are still human, still present, still capable of connection. So if you find yourself tearing up more easily, feeling more nostalgic, or even a little lonely, know that you are not broken. You are not weak. You are simply honest with your heart. And that is something incredibly rare and incredibly beautiful. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts below. Tell us, what moment recently moved you? What memory came back? Your story may inspire someone else. And in sharing, you remind someone else out there, you are not alone, so now you know. Your body after 75 isn't failing you. It's transforming gently, naturally, and sometimes, yes, alarmingly, but there is strength in awareness, power in choice, and beauty in every stage of life. If something in this video resonated with you, I'd love